again. That's all I got for you.
All right. I love it. That's pretty heavy, man.
Thank you.
Are you? What tuning are you using on that one, Jacob?
I'm in a drop C right now.
Drop C.
It's just for anyone that doesn't know out there, it's just D standard tuning, but you're tuning down the low E string to a C.
To a C.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're able to just make
Sure.
two strings a chord rather than
Right.
stretching out and having to use three strings. I mean, technically, a chord is just two or more strings, but it's like
You're right.
I guess I should say the power chord is
Right.
able to be used with two strings now.
Got it. So basically, you are drop D. However, you tune your lowest E to C, right? You said.
It's D standard tuning. It's like one step down from standard tuning,
Mm-hmm.
and then you tune your low string down one more step from that.
And that will be
This will go to C.
to C. Down to C.
C, G,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm blanking on the rundown.
Right.
now, but
It's okay. So basically, the whole guitar is drop D, right? You said.
yeah, I
Nice,
have
nice.
I have it in drop tuning because I really like to do the inverted power chord.
Right.
I don't know. I just really gravitate to that sound because it has that heavy drop sound, but it also you're augmenting the chord and making it sound fuller and
Yeah.
just it sounds prettier.
So who uses this tuning, by the way?
A lot of people do. Well, and a lot of people will go into the sharp tunings,
Right.
a lot of early 2000s emo bands use the drop C sharp tuning.
Drop C sharp. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, drop C tuning, not a whole lot of bands come to mind, but there's drop B,
Right.
which I think Mastodon does. I might be spreading misinformation right now, but
So you're thinking Mastodon uses drop D? You said?
B.
Oh, B. Wow.
Yeah, no, they go heavy.
Oh my goodness.
Mastodon's pretty heavy,
right.
and then like drop D tunings, like Rage Against the Machine, and
right.
a lot of bands like that. Lamb of God uses drop D a lot, and you can just get like a pretty heavy sound out of drop tuning, which is why a lot of guitarists like to gravitate towards that.
Sure, I can see why. Sounds pretty heavy and doomy.
Yeah,
if you will.
It's I don't know. I have like a morose taste in music. I would say like it's a lot of sad stuff, like Typo Negative. I really like that.
All right.
They're
nice,
like goth emo.
Sure.
But also I do enjoy the older stuff like Motley Crue and
definitely
just like it's fun to party, you know, and it's fun to just like party with some fun music going on. You don't always want to kill the vibe with like Less Than Zero by Typo Negative.
You gotta have fun, right?
Exactly.
Rock and roll all night and party every day.
You know, there was back in the day there was a movie that I would always see the trailer for on I can't remember what VHS it was.
Oh, okay.
But it was like on a VHS tape, and it was called Detroit Rock City. And it was about these dudes
I know, right?
going to Detroit to go see Kiss. And they were like road tripping, and it was apparently supposed to be like a crazy. I've never seen the movie, but
you've never seen it?
No.
Yeah, it's a cool movie, man.
Oh, you've seen it?
Of course I did.
Okay. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's before my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would always watch that VCR and be like intrigued by the trailer.
Right.
But I never actually end up watching. But yeah, bands like Mayhem from Norway and Sweden.
I think most metal bands, they're pretty much all from Europe. European.
There is.
I mean, most, I think. Denmark, you know.
Yeah, I would say like any of the big guys from that section of metal are like Norwegian and Danish and Swedish.
We have a famous band here. Well, local band called Nukum. Nukum, right?
Oh, dude, I love
Nukum, right?
Yeah. What's his name? Freaking the drummer.
Yeah, Norm
Leggio, dude. Shout out to Norm Leggio.
Norm Leggio. Are you watching right now, Norm?
Dude, Norm. Brent Ford says what's up. Jakeb Ford says what's up. Right. You see this? I hope to see you soon.
Well, here's the thing.
I've known Norm like off and on.
Are you serious?
Because my dad's known Norm.
So you see dad's friend?
Yeah, I would say they're friends.
Or acquaintance.
Acquaintances leaning towards friends.
Sure.
They're friendly.
Right. I'm not sure if you remember that old record store in Alcohol. It's called Blue Meanie.
Heard of it. Never went there.
So Norm owned that store.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's cool.
Sure, buddy. And also we have a local band called Stretcher.
Haven't heard of Stretcher.
Stretcher, man.
The band Pierce the Veil's from here.
Oh, okay.
Pierce the Veil was like an early 2000s like emo band.
Oh, emo band.
Yeah. I really liked emo metal too in middle school. Like Bullet for My Valentine was a good band.
Oh yeah.
You know, I didn't realize it was the band Seosin, but I had heard some Seosin songs back then that I was like super into.
Right.
But, it was that time of the internet where like people would just like post videos with like a song in the background. And you're like, oh, what's that song?
Yeah.
I can't find it. Like
Yeah.
you're like trying to type in lyrics of the song. You're like listening to the song, trying to get the lyrics, and then like type out the lyric.
Right.
But yeah, some Seosin songs from back in the day. Seosin's a great band.
You know what, man? We have so many talented musicians here in San Diego, man.
I don't think Seosin's from San Diego, but Fifth Veil is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like 182. I mean,
yeah, man.
Fuck, those guys are party animals.
Right. Well, right now we have bands like Fictional.
Oh yeah, they did Fakenall. Shout out to Fakenall.
Fictional. Are you guys watching?
Love you guys.
And you were there.
Yeah, I was.
I
was at the Black Cat, dude. Those guys were sick.
I know, right?
I was not expecting them to be that sick. Like I figured they'd be badass.
Yeah,
but,
right.
No, they blew me away. They're very talented musicians, and I gained a much deeper respect for those guys after that night. It was great to hang out with all of you guys too.
Aren't you lucky? We have those two guys, Taylors.
Absolutely.
Eric and Phil.
Absolutely. They're lovely gentlemen.
Right. Oh, by the way, Jake, the new wave of British heavy metal, right? Have you heard of that?
There's
the new wave of British heavy metal.
Like that's happening right now?
Well, this was like happened almost like 30 years ago.
Oh, okay. Like in the 90s or like 80s?
Early 80s.
Oh, okay. So like Iron Maiden and like Judas Priest.
You got it.
Like I mean, Judas Priest was like 70s, but
yeah, you're right.
They were also blowing up in the 80s too. They were
sure.
In the 80s.
Well, the new wave of British heavy metal. So basically, Judas Priest was part of it, right? Def Leppard.
Def Leppard's British? Why did Def Leppard just gives off such American vibes that like I always thought they were American.
Right.
That's so weird.
Well, the reason why I asked you that because So what impact did those bands have on American metal scene? You know?
The American metal scene?
Yeah, bands like Judas Priest.
Well, I mean, fuck, dude.
Iron Maiden, you know.
When you get down to it, Black Sabbath. I mean, the new wave of British metal, like, founded metal itself.
Right.
You know, like the sound was happening with like Led Zeppelin and like bands like Flower Traveling Band. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
No.
So
Flower Traveling Band.
Yes. So that singer ended up becoming the singer for the Wailers after Bob Marley died.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Wow.
And they have a song that Black Sabbath covers in their first project called Black Sabbath.
Oh.
And it sounds exactly it is the song Black Sabbath.
So the song Black Sabbath was a cover?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Black Sabbath is a cover.
And
FYI.
And who wrote this again, you said?
The band Flower Traveling Band.
Flower Traveling Band. I'll check it out, man.
They're a pretty trippy band, man.
I believe you.
Super old school, like late 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Just like psych rock.
Sure.
Early metal band.
Did it have that booming sound?
Yeah.
To the original track?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, compared to nowadays, it's pretty soft. But like, back then, I mean, super doomy, like, heavy.
That's badass. I'll check it out. I didn't know that Black Sabbath was a cover song.
Yeah, I didn't either. And then when I found that out, I was like, I feel like I know nothing.
Oh shit!
At this point.
Right. Well, it's very obvious that Black Sabbath made it heavier, right?
For sure. So yeah, bands like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, Def Leppard, Black Sabbath, all those guys were pulling the strings of of the direction metal was going forever, dude, forever. No, dude, for the longest time, nobody was heavier than Black Sabbath. No, nobody. Tuning down to C standard. I mean, it was like for medical purposes with Tony Iommi, but
right.
I mean, dude, it's listening to Into the Void in 1971 would have been insane, bro. Yeah. Like, I can honestly kind of see why people were freaking out because, like, until that point, nothing had ever been done like that.
Right, because at the time, I think people were like going like flower power, peace, man.
Yeah, dude. And, like we gotta be more mellow and like, oh god, in the '70s disco was a thing.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, it's a big no-no, right? Yeah.
And yeah, Black Sabbath was just the exact counter that music needed in that moment.
Exactly, man. I think because they wanted to be like, hey, man, what's up with this flower power?
Like it was just,
I want it to be different.
Well, it was just a more realistic look at what people actually are. Like, people party, dude. People get crazy. Yeah. Like, people aren't really super peace and love oriented, even though we should be, and that's the goal, you know.
Make love and not war, right?
That's not the reality currently, and that wasn't the reality back then. And so they were expressing the actual reality of the world.
You're right. You
know, and that's why it sounded so scary and dark and threatening, because it fucking was, dude.
Reason why they wrote the song War Pigs, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly, dude. Imagine like that song comes out and you're like deployed in, you know, I had a crazy dream and I'll never forget this dream where like, dude, I think I was up in like Palm Springs or like, it was like the high desert area, like Joshua Tree, Palm Springs. This was in a dream, by the way, not really. But like Kurt Cobain, I like ran into Kurt Cobain at the grocery store, and it was like a week or so before he killed himself.
In Palm Springs.
Yeah. And he was just like at the grocery store, just like, he just kind of looked lost and just like, and so I just went up to him and started talking to him.
And you know it was him?
Yeah. Hey, Kurt? Oh, absolutely. Well, no, I didn't go like, hey, Kurt. I just kind of went up to him, hey, man, like, what's going on? Like,
sure.
Do you need help? Or like, I just kind of like talked to him for a little bit, and then I was like, do you want to hang out?
Yeah.
And I just hung out with him, and this dream lasted in the dream, like, weeks went by, dude. Wow. I'm like, it was crazy.
How old were you?
No, not I would say like that whole week, but like, because I woke up like right on the day that he died, and so I like wasn't sure if I like stopped it or not, you know. But I was just like doing my best to just like hang out with him and like be his friend. Like,
right.
I was like, listen, dude, call me if you like need anything. Like, let's hang out some more. And he did. He like called me a few times. We hung out and just like smoked weed and just like went for walks. Just talked, dude. It was a crazy dream. And then like I went to bed like the night before. Of the day that he died, and then I woke up and like the dream was over. Woke up in real life.
How old were you when this happened?
Oh, I was like 17 or 18.
Oh shit!
I don't usually remember dreams, but there's a couple where they like stuck with me forever.
Right. That's cool, man. Jake, so who are your favorite bands?
My favorite bands, I would say, in metal are Peeling Flesh,
Pink Flesh.
Lamb of God, Deftones, um, Slayer.
Slayer.
I'll always go back to Slayer
Right.
every time. Um,
The early years, right?
I would say Slayer was like the main band that out of those big four that I was growing up with, Slayer was the band that I gravitated towards the hardest because they were the heaviest. They seemed like the fastest at the time, and
Kerry King, man.
oh, dude, I mean, Kerry King and Jeff Hammond, R.I.P. Jeff Hammond. Motley Crue is fun, but I feel like they've aged poorly for me to where
Poorly. Yeah.
like they
Well,
have great songs still, like
Right.
Too Fast for Love, a bunch of stuff off of that first album, Live Wire, Take Me to the Top, and then you get into like Wild Side, Girls, 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 Smoking in the Boys Room.
Yeah.
Smoking in the Boys Room is a cover, but it's a fun cover.
Sure is.
Peeling Flesh was back then they would never have been able to make it because the world was too soft.
Right.
They would have been outwardly rejected by the more conservative, less seasoned ear.
I heard some of the tracks. Blew me away, man.
It's
Blew me away.
completely unique, in my opinion, to
Heavier than
what's really going on.
Yeah. Lyrically, yeah, they're awesome. Right. And thanks for recommend me that band. You
Of course, dude. Everyone should check those guys out. You know, everyone loves slam metal. They're just too afraid to admit it.
know? So this is something new to me. So slam metal.
Slam metal
Love it, man.
because it slams.
Yes, it sure does, right?
Oh, yeah. Go to a slam show and tell me it doesn't slam.
It's full of action, right?
Oh, dude, it was the craziest pit I've ever been.
Right.
So fun.
So Jake, so what's the most memorable live metal experience you've ever had, man?
All right, I'll give you the top three in no particular order.
No.
It's just like all these experiences were like my favorites. So I would say seeing King Diamond, his stage presence is just fucking.
What did you see him again?
Oh God, I've seen him at the Magnolia in El Cajon. I've seen him at the SDSU. Like, it's not the arena at SDSU, but it's like that back part.
The open air.
Exactly. So I saw him there. I saw him at Mayhem Fest in 2016.
Was that here in San Diego too, or what?
Yeah. It was down in Chula Vista.
Sure.
And then I saw him one more time it was the Observatory.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I saw Merciful Fate in Vegas.
In Vegas. So you went to Vegas just to see them.
Yeah. It was sick, dude.
Right.
It was so fucking fun. I loved it.
Yeah, I just saw I was watching the reunion tour.
Nice.
Yeah. I was blown away by their musicianship, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The guitar players, God, man.
Lights out.
Yeah, man.
Andy LaRocque is a hero. Michael Denner is a hero.
Those two, right? Those two guys. Right?
It's Michael Denner and Andy LaRocque, I think.
Yeah.
Prolific legends. But so King Diamond, Peeling Flesh. I'm gonna keep bringing them up.
Of course, man.
Peeling Flesh was an amazing show. I saw it brick by brick in San Diego, and the entire room was exploding during their set.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing show.
Yeah.
Amazing performance. Every single one of those guys is talented. The drummer is like probably going to be the next great drummer of all time. I'm not even kidding.
Sure, sure.
And then the last show that was super memorable was Slayer.
Okay.
Is
What tour was that?
At the Mayhem Fest that I saw.
Oh, the same.
Yeah.
So it's a festival.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Slayer was amazing.
Sure.
I felt blessed.
Was that before? Was Jeff still in the band?
No, it was Gary Holt.
Oh, Gary Holt. Okay.
He had the Kill the Kardashians shirt on. That was so funny. It was so.
Oh, I met Gary Holt at the NAMM.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it cool?
Yeah, very cool. So he took the time to take pictures with me.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, very very gentle guy.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to meet him.
I've met a few people at NAMM. They're
Sure, man.
some are cool, some are not.
You're right.
Geezer Butler, not cool.
Oh, really?
Geezer Butler did not want to be there, dude.
Okay, so you did meet the guy.
I met Geezer, but he did not want to be there. He was tired and
tired.
he was just old and tired.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Right. I almost met the guy from Rat. Remember the band Rat?
yeah.
Yeah. He was a bit snobby.
Oh yeah.
The guitar player. Hey, who are you?
Dude, did you know that Randy Rhoads founded Quiet Riot?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I found
totally.
I found that out like fairly recently.
Yeah.
Like within the past few years, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that guy is like seriously one of the greatest of all
Of
time.
course, buddy. Yeah.
Randy Rhoads.
Great guitar player.
Amazing guitar player. Dude,
Very influential.
yeah, those albums are just something special for sure.
Definitely. I think him and Eddie, right? Eddie Van Halen.
Oh,
Yeah. Him and Randy were top notch back in the day. Yeah.
you can't even like compare the two
No,
because it's
no.
just
They're just different.
they're both so fucking good. they're so good. It's like not even fair like putting them in a competition
Yeah, right.
together.
I don't
Because
know.
I feel like nobody would win.
Yeah.
Because they're just constantly one-upping each other, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
fuck, dude,
Yeah.
we can't just end the competition.
No.
Because, like,
No.
we know this guy has
Yeah.
something up his sleeve to respond.
Right.
But, yeah, so those are the three main
Right.
shows that I like, is Peeling Flesh, King Diamond, and Slayer.
Yeah, man.
Those are the most impactful for me.
Well, Jake, so as a guitar player, bro, what specific guitars inspired you to pick up the instrument and pursue heavy metal?
Pursuing heavy metal, it was Mark Martin from Lamb of God for sure. I picked up the guitar initially and was learning just Nirvana because I was obsessed with Nirvana back when I started playing. But Lamb of God really inspired me to try harder.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not like amazing still, but like just keep trying to push myself. And like whenever I get into slumps and stuff, like
Right.
I end up listening to Lamb of God just unconsciously, and I just feel that fire just get lit again. Like they just had a flamethrower and just lit it all the way up again. Because listening to Mark Morton's style and the tone he has and everything like that is just it sends me to the moon, dude.
Yeah.
And if I ever get the chance, I would like to thank Mark Morton for keeping me from quitting guitar because like there's been
It continues to inspire
you. Yeah, and there's been a few times where I was like, I feel like I'm done, dude. Like I can't break through.
Yeah.
Like, and then I just listen to
Yeah.
Lamb of God, and I'm
Yeah,
just like,
man.
fuck, dude, I gotta keep trying.
you. Right.
Gotta keep trying. I want to play this.
Right.
But they're so complicated,
Right.
dude.
I know. Very, very technical.
So technical, and like there's like this one song called Blood of the Scribe where like even the rhythm section you're just like, oh, what the fuck is this guy playing right now?
Yeah, right,
Like,
right.
where do I even begin?
Right, exactly, man.
Where do I start to learn this song? The opening riff sounds like it's gonna hurt really bad.
I know, huh? You know what, man? Bands like Slipknot, for instance.
Yeah, you know what, dude? I'm not like a huge Slipknot fan anymore, but back in the day, I really enjoyed them. I got to meet Mick Thompson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was switching over to Jackson guitars and
Sure.
using Seymour Duncan picks
Yeah.
or pickups
Pickups.
at NAMM. Right. He was like debuting it at NAMM, so I got to meet him. And it was funny because I was like, I got there super early. I was the only one there, and
What time was that?
oh,
9 in the morning?
it was like noon, and like the meetup started at like 3, so it was like 3 hours early. I was just hanging out. Like there was a seminar happening about the like latest Seymour Duncan pickups, and
You were lucky.
yeah, kind of. So
Maybe
I was lucky in a roundabout way because I waited the whole time. I had even asked, like, hey, I'm here super early for the Mick Thompson meeting.
Me and Greer.
Where is the line gonna start? And they're like, oh, you can just start it like right there. And so I was just standing there, just kind of watching the seminar on my phone, blah blah blah, killing time. So they start the line somewhere else,
Right.
and I'm asked out.
What?
Yeah, dude, I was so pissed.
You were there early.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, no, dude. I was like here the whole time. They're like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, please. Like, I've literally been waiting here for 3 hours. Like, you saw me. I talked to you.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I'll tell you what. If you take everyone's tickets and let them go through and stuff at the end, you can hang out with Mick for as long as he wants to stay.
Okay. So the guy didn't remember who you were.
No, he did, but he was just I don't know.
He was out of it.
I guess. He was just super busy and
I guess.
whatever.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So I did that, and I ended up getting to talk to Mick Thompson for
shit.
like 30 minutes. It was pretty sick. I was just asking him like why he went from Ibanez to Jackson and just things like that.
Is he a tall guy?
Yeah.
Very tall guy.
He's a pretty tall guy. He's like 6'4", 6'5",
Right.
a little bit taller than me.
Cool. Wow, good for you.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. He was wearing his mask.
Oh, he was.
I got a picture with him. And,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he signed a thing for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
fun.
Cool, man. Yeah. Show that picture to me when you get the chance.
Definitely, dude.
How about Jim Root? I mean, did you?
Oh, Jim Root's. Funny enough, I think Jim Root plays a jazz master.
Yeah.
I think he has this one, or he's at least had this one in the past. And yeah, so that
He loves the jazz master.
that initially caught my eye, and then my dad got me this for my birthday when I was 15. But at that point, I had moved away from Slipknot sonically, and so
Yeah.
but I had always loved this
Yeah.
guitar.
So speaking of your guitar, Jake, can you tell us what kind of guitar you have?
Well, it's a Fender Jazzmaster. I think it was made in Mexico.
Okay.
I would say.
Sure.
Not super like techy like that. I think it's a double coil pickup.
Sure.
I really like the tone that comes out of it. I've never changed the pickups, dude. They're standard pickups, like
Right. So
and I
those
just
are
rock that sound.
so those are stock pickups.
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, okay.
And they've lasted, man. It's been
Right.
shit 12
And
years.
so you had it for 12 years, you said?
Yeah,
Wow, that's long.
dude. I was being an idiot, and I need to get a new nut because I dremeled out the high E string
Oh.
to string it in reverse because I was gonna learn how to play like Jimi Hendrix. And then
what?
I got like a month into it. I was like, dude, fuck this. I
You
already know how to play right-handed.
you wanted to play right left-handed.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, why did I fucking do this? I'm like, I'm so dumb, and now I'm fucking drummeled out like nut. But yeah, I gotta end up replacing that at some point.
I see. I can see the spacing, man.
It still functions. It still
yeah.
works,
Yeah.
but like,
Right. Okay.
yeah, it's just something that like guitar nerds would definitely get pissed off at me over.
So Jake, tell me, bro, what subgenres do you prefer? Do you like trash, death, black, power, new metal, progressive, or doom? Tell me, man.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So my main ones that I will always circle back to probably would be thrash,
Trash,
slam metal.
slam metal.
Slam metal is
I never heard of that.
I'm not like a long time fan, but I got into slam metal like
Yeah.
last year, and oh dude, it's so great. I love it.
Oh shit.
It's fun. I feel like it's putting metal in a creative spot to
Right.
where yeah, just new sounds are coming from that subgenre.
So where did the come from originally? Slam metal.
Oh, geez.
I'm missing out, obviously.
It was like the early 2000s. I'm blanking on the band's name.
Right.
Damn it. But I was listening to them
Right.
not long ago, but
Right.
I just I draw blanks on band names. I apologize. Do you want me to look it up real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here. What's this?
Slam metal.
Oh, what?
Sounds like they're doing a lot of slamming, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. It was the band Internal Bleeding that, like, I think they coined that phrase.
Right.
But yeah, Internal Bleeding's really good. Check them out.
Internal Bleeding.
And check out Peeling Flesh too.
Those guys
are the best.
Of course. I've heard of them.
Those guys are really cool, really humble musicians.
Sure.
And they're very talented too.
Definitely.
So show them love. Back to the original question though. I also really like black metal and
sure.
Like I really like Merciful Fate and King Diamond.
Oh yeah, man.
That whole first wave of black metal with like Venom and Celtic Frost and Merciful Fate is really sick to me because it's like the first time people were like rebelling against the oppressive like Christian doctrine that was like being drilled through people's heads like almost forcefully.
Right.
Like in a lot of those guys aren't actually like Satanists, a few of them are, but
right.
Like and a few of them practice like black magic and stuff for real, but they're just normal guys who were like annoyed with how society was going.
Yeah.
And that religious like suppression and of feelings and like oppression in action and lifestyle just will never work because the pendulum will always swing back the other way.
Right. So you're thinking King Diamond?
I love King. I've seen King like 4 times.
So is he a Satanist? You were saying?
I don't know if he's a Satanist, but I think he does practice black magic.
There you go.
It's
sure.
To each their own. But
dude, I saw you the other day. You were wearing a King Diamond shirt.
I was.
That was badass, man.
That's a gift from my dad. He got that on the Conspiracy tour, I think.
Wow.
Back in like 1986.
Sure.
He was like
86.
84. It was like 84 or 86. One of those two.
So he got that shirt back in 86. You were saying.
Yeah.
And he kept it really good.
Yeah, dude. It still looks pretty good.
Wow.
It's been through the washing machine like a million times.
Wow.
But the print's still on it. Like, it's a very, very high quality shirt.
Yeah.
I hope I don't grow out of it ever because I don't want to give it to anyone.
Right.
Like it's such a badass shirt.
If your dad bought it back in '86, it should be the original touring shirt, right?
Oh, it absolutely was.
But badass, man.
Really, dude. He's a prolific singer. Like I really appreciate that Metallica acknowledges Merciful Fate the way they do because it feels like not a whole lot of people in metal are super aware of them, or if they are, they're not like talking about them.
Right.
Because dude, especially some of the early Merciful Fate, that's some of the craziest guitar work I've ever heard in my life. It really is. And you know, Michael Denner and Hank Sherman are just
phenomenal.
Two phenomenal
Yeah.
guitarists who have like insanely good synergy together
Right,
on stage.
right.
They just complement each other without fail.
Yeah.
It's that's truly a rare thing to hear when you hear a band that all bands have to be locked in to a certain extent,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
in order to
True,
like perform and sound good.
True.
But like there's
The
certain
chemistry. The chemistry.
exactly. There's certain bands where like you hear them play and you're like, oh dude, these guys are like best friends, and like you can tell that they all want this just as bad as the next person.
Sure.
And like they're putting
Yeah.
literally their heart and soul into this song right now.
Right.
And it's beautiful to see.
Oh yeah.
You know, and bands like Lamb of God are another band that just have such amazing chemistry. And you know, the original drummer is not in the band anymore, but I mean he's playing with Megadeth, so it's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think Chris I'm not sure if he's doing it. This was a while back. I heard this now, but I think Chris Adler's still playing in Megadeth.
Chris Adler.
Chris Adler is the drummer for Lamb of God. Yeah, he's and his brother Willie Adler is the rhythm guitarist, quote unquote. But like those rhythms are insane.
Right.
They're almost like leads in of themselves.
Cool. So now he's playing with Megadeth right now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this happened a while back, and like you know how Dave Mustaine is. So,
changing members and stuff.
He might not be with them anymore, but
yeah, you would be surprised, right? You would be surprised to see a different member now.
Yeah, I mean,
really?
Chris Adler is an amazing drummer, so I hope Dave appreciates it because that dude's he is one of my favorite drummers of all time for sure.
Yeah, one thing about Dave Mustaine, you know, he knows talent. You know, he knows who needs what they call it, who to hire. You know,
absolutely
as musicians.
Absolutely,
he knows who's good. You know,
you know with all the regardless of all the drama behind Dave Mustaine and all that, he is a legend, and he is. He's made countless amazing songs.
Oh yeah.
And he, like you said, his ear for talent is just
right.
Especially at the time, it's just unprecedented.
By the way, do you have any favorite guitarists that he hired in the past 20 years?
That Dave Mustaine did? Yeah. Chris Poland is amazing.
Right.
Like I think he was one of the first guitarist of.
I was watching an old footage from the 80s. Must have been like what 83 or 84, right?
Okay.
With him on the guitar, and I was like,
Chris Poland on the guitar.
With Chris Poland.
Dude, Chris Poland's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a song from Lamb of God called "Ashes of the Wake," and Chris Poland. They got a bunch of different guitarists. Like they got Alex Skolnick, Chris Poland, and like a few other guys from different bands, and they were all just soloing on the song. And they were like taking turns soloing. It's so badass, dude. It's like tied between.
What song was it?
It's called "Ashes of the Wake." Off of the album "Ashes of the Wake."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of the latter songs.
Oh, okay.
Towards the end of the album.
Yeah.
Lamb of God always has really great ends to their. They don't. It's hard to describe because, for me, and I love Lamb of God, but I always find myself listening to the beginnings of their albums, like the first 3 or 4 songs, and then skipping over to the end of the album.
Right.
And like the middle songs are really good too, but their beginnings and endings are just amazing, dude. They're yeah, they just have like an otherworldly sound to them.
I think they have this distinct sound, right?
Absolutely, and they were able to blend the realm of punk and metal very well.
Right.
Like punk and hardcore mixed with metal because they were originally like a hardcore punk band.
Oh God.
Yeah, they started out as Burn the Priest, and then they dropped like one album as Burn the Priest, and then changed their name to Lamb of God.
Right.
And started doing stuff as Lamb of God.
I didn't know that.
They did another album with as Burn the Priest, but like way later, and I think it was just a covers album.
Right.
But it was like a bunch of
covers.
it was a bunch of like old school covers like in their style.
Yeah. Who's the guitar player from Lamb of God who joined the Megadeth? No. I'm sorry. Anthrax, right? Anthrax.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he one of the guitar players from Lamb of God.
He played with Anthrax, really?
No, not Lamb of God. The band I was telling you about. Remember? I can't remember that band. Remember we were.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh no.
Band again. My bad.
Damn.
Right? He joined.
It was okay. Yeah. Oh no, dude! I remember it took us so long to figure that out.
Yeah. Remember, I was asking you or telling you.
Yeah, I accidentally pulled the
you mean like
thing off.
Oh, okay.
Unconsciously.
Okay. But it's still on, right?
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Is it still green?
Yep.
All right.
We're green.
Right. Sure. Remember him?
Yeah.
I can't remember that guy's name. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, some European name. I can't remember. Yeah. That band. The singer always wearing a Celtic shirt from time to time. You know?
Son of a bitch,
right.
dude.
Right.
Anthrax.
Right.
No, not the disease anthrax. The band Anthrax.
Yeah.
Not the poison. It's not a disease. It's a fucking poison.
Right.
Shadows Fall is a great band.
Shadows Fall. Yeah. So one of the guitar players joined Anthrax.
No shit.
Of course, man.
But no, the guy who's not Scott Ian.
Well, Scott Ian is he's the original guitar player for Anthrax, but to do lead guitar, so they hired the guy from Shadows
Okay.
Fall.
10-4.
I can't remember his name, man. I'm sorry, dude. But the guy is a shredder. Let me tell you this.
Anthrax. Is he still in the band?
I'm not sure. I doubt it. in the house. So green.
Lit up.
Cool, man. All right, Jacob. So you've been a metalhead for how long, man?
I mean, my entire life. I would say. I mean, I grew up in the San Diego reggae scene, but my dad always was exposing me to like Judas Priest and Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden. My mom is a metalhead too, more than my dad, I would say. Well, all right, it's arguable.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad showed me bands like Warrant and
wow. Okay.
I'm blanking on a bunch of Hellstar is another one, like 80s like thrash metal.
Right.
It comes from my dad, I would say.
Wow.
And then my mom was leaning more into the like alternative side, like Nirvana and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains, things like that.
Right.
That's normal. That was normal back in the day. Yeah.
But yeah, I got a broad exposure to metal as a kid, and I was always the one listening to like Slayer in my MP3 player when all the other kids were not doing that. But I was also into rap too.
Rap. Okay.
And so I was listening to like Soldier Boy back in like elementary school when that was coming out. So my playlist would be full of like rap and metal.
Mhm.
And so I do like again circling back around to your question, I do like new metal too because there's rap influence. Like Linkin Park is a great band. Deftones is another great band, but they don't like to be considered new metal, but they are.
Deftones?
Yeah, but they are. I hate to break it to them, they are. Even Limp Bizkit, as much as they get made fun of and stuff, they have great songs.
Yeah.
And they're Wes Borland's a great guitarist.
Wow.
He's like one of the most unique guitarists.
Right.
Because he's a practical art guy. He's like a special effects guy. So he's always like dressed as some crazy like movie character.
That's Wes Borland for you.
Yeah, dude. And like at one point, he has a bunch of different guitars, but he plays like a 4-string guitar sometimes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and it's like tuned super heavy, but it's like a 4-string guitar. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? That's insane.
Yeah, he loves experimenting. Huh?
Yeah, dude. He's seriously an underrated experimental guitarist for sure. I mean, like Tom Morello is always the guy who's like touted as the guy. But I feel like, I mean, obviously, Jimi Hendrix walked so Tom Morello could run. And then, but then you have guys like Wes Borland who are less acknowledged for that, I would say, publicly anyway.
Right. It's always been the guys from Korn. Huh?
Korn is another one where it's
getting all this.
Very unique and partially rap influenced. I love Korn a lot. I love a lot from their first 4 albums. After that, it gets a little hit and miss for me. The dubstep album was cool, but it didn't age well for me. Like I don't go back and listen to that album.
Right.
But I do go back and listen to like Self-Titled and like Issues and Follow the Leader and things like that. Life is Peachy too. This is a great album. Like those first 4 albums are great.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not like huge into power metal per se, like Saxon and Dragon Force. Dragon Force is fun, but
I think Dragon Ford is more like fantasy metal or something.
Oh, is that not what power metal is?
Well, Dragon Ford is like is that the one with Herman Lee, right? Sort of. Oh, he is from Dragon Force, Herman Lee.
Right? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure like who about the members in that band.
Well, I really don't know how to describe the music, but for me, it's like fantasy metal.
Right. So I guess for me, I label power metal as like, okay, I'm a knight in shining armor, like riding my horse to go kill a dragon, like Dio. I would say Dio is like power metal because he's. Holy Diver, fuck, dude, that's like the ultimate power metal song. Well, because it's like, oh yeah, you're powerful, you're a knight, and you're like slaying the dragon, and you're like battling the demons with your shield. And
exactly.
So yeah, that's kind of where I associate that genre.
Power metal.
But maybe that's not quite correct. I'm not like super tapped into the actual designations that bands get because I know. Well, I know that a lot of bands don't like to be like categorized, and
I know. Right.
I don't know. I just like to try to respect that as much as possible because I
Right.
kind of get it to a certain degree. Like,
Yeah.
part of me is like, dude, who fucking cares? But like, another part of me is like, all right, I get it, dude. You want your like sound to be your own sound. You don't want to be like another thrash metal band or like another power metal band or like, oh, you're like the 8,000th new metal band. Congratulations.
Exactly, man. So, have you heard of the band called the Manowar?
Manowar. I haven't
Manowar.
heard that name in a long time. I'm not
Right.
super familiar with them, but yeah, I've definitely heard of them.
Right. So Manowar is, I would consider as a power metal.
Okay.
Like the one you were describing earlier.
Hell yeah. I would say Saxon is power metal too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Saxon, you have bands like Tigers of Pantan, Remember that?
Or what about Iron Maiden? They're power metal, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, fuck,
Well,
those guys are always.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, they started out as a punk band.
Oh, yeah.
Those first two albums were like
totally.
punk rock albums.
Yeah, you're right.
And then Bruce Dickinson joined, and they became a power metal band.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Number of the Beast is like such a departure from Killers. It's crazy.
Right.
Dude, Killers is like such a fun song to play.
It sure is.
I met like a guy from Israel there one time.
Okay.
That guy was crazy, man. That guy was crazy.
So this guy's a tourist, or was a tourist?
Yeah, he like apparently lost his passport down there, and oh, dude, it was nuts.
So he was freaking out.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't.
He was just kind of like going with the flow. I could tell he was kind of.
I'm fine to live here.
Like I could tell he was kind of like on one.
Okay.
And so we were like talking with him for a while, and then we left, and like I was hanging out at my parents' house down there.
Right.
And then we're all going into town, and this guy is just 4 sheets to the wind, just like walking down the road, just like waving at us, and like
Right.
And we're like, whoa!
Yeah.
The road like leading to town is from where we live is like pretty small, and like there's not like places to walk really on the side of the road. So this dude was like on the side of the road, and he was just walking, man.
Right.
I like did a double take. I was like, wait, is that the Israeli guy? And we were like, wait, what the hell?
How old is the
way.
guy? How old is he?
Oh, he was like 30s, maybe 40. He was just like sightseeing.
Right.
And he lost his passport.
Oh my
and
God.
just, like, was hanging out with the wrong crowd.
It's probably got stolen or something.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
But yeah, that, I don't know what happened to that.
I was gonna ask. See.
I don't know. It's a mystery.
So he told you he was from Israel.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought he was kidding, but like,
Right.
I don't think he was.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, the accent checked out, you know.
Yeah.
But because it wasn't like a
Just
regular accent.
oh, okay. There's probably what do you call it? An Israel embassy down in Mexico, right?
Or I mean, he probably just like was
Yeah.
backpacking.
Oh,
Probably just like backpacking like a crazy guy, and
well,
made a mistake.
right. Well, Mexico is known for its good spots, right?
Oh yeah,
So
beautiful.
wouldn't surprise me to hear a guy from Israel. Anyway, Jake, do you have any advices to all the aspiring musicians out there, man?
Well, I mean, shit, I'm still an aspiring musician, but I mean, I guess my advice would be don't give up. Even if you're frustrated, even if life is like throwing all these roadblocks in your way to make it like to where you don't want to practice or anything like that, find a reason. Find a reason. Find a way to do it, and keep pushing yourself no matter what, because success comes from hardship.
Right. It's not like an overnight thing, right?
I mean, sometimes it is.
Or something.
If you get struck by lightning, good for you. If not, don't stop.
Right. Keep on going. Keep on rocking, no matter what.
Never stop hoping for lightning to strike you.
Sure. Take it from Jake. Jake, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, Ollie.
Of course, man. Have a good time.
Thank you, dude.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. And keep on rocking.
Take it easy.